So in 2013, my mom was diagnosed with ovarian cancer, and my parents lived in California. So that was 3,000 miles away from me. And when I heard the diagnosis and I learned more about the nature of her cancer, I was really eager to be a part of her diagnostic and treatment odyssey. I was able to spend a week every 6 weeks with my mom as she went through her scheduled chemo treatment. And I have to say, those were the best weeks and experiences that I had with her and my dad. So my caregiving experience was both challenging and rewarding. I was able to support my parents from afar by gathering information and facilitating support resources for them. My visits were also tough, both physically and emotionally. My mom's chemo treatments ran 6 to 8 hours a day, and it was exhausting for her. She needed significant instrumental support. My dad needed help lifting her and caring for her, and it was really, really hard to see her decline physically. But it was also a joy to be there and be part of her care. I had opportunity to connect with my mom in ways that I hadn't been able to connect with her before. One of my favorite activities was putting lotion on her very fragile skin and connecting to her through touch. I just imagined that this is how she took care of me when I was a baby, and I had an opportunity to sort of reciprocate that role. And I loved cooking for my parents. I feel incredibly blessed that I had the support of my work family that enabled me to spend a week with her every 6 weeks and then a month with her during her end-of-life transition. I had my husband as a support and many friends, many of whom were clinicians in the genetics field, that were just a vast resource for her clinical care and providing me with information that I could share with my mom and my dad during that time. Helping Force develop more resources for caregivers is particularly salient for me given my family caregiving experiences. In the context of hereditary cancers, families are managing treatment and care for those with cancer diagnoses while at the same time addressing their own and relatives' risks. And many are grieving or anticipating the loss of loved ones. So with Force, we are developing resources to help families who are navigating each of these experiences. And recently, we conducted a needs assessment survey, which now is informing resources that are in development based on what we've learned from you. I think my biggest lesson learned is that you can have hope, but also take care of business such that if the outcome is not what you hope for, there are no regrets. I think the thing I learned is that there's really no do-overs. So go into the experience with that mindset. Yes, it's hard work and sometimes frustrating navigating the logistics of treatment and care, but it's also a time to connect, share and make memories, and create opportunities so that your loved one can accomplish anything that they really want to accomplish before their end-of-life transition. So I think that is my biggest lesson learned in all of this. There's no do-overs.